got into the grocery business because of my parents. They owned a store. They started their operations in 1941. At the age of 10 or 11, I was starting to work. And then slowly, my dad would have me making cube steaks or slicing lunch meat, doing minor tasks in the meat department. So that's where I started.
And our kids grew up doing all kinds of jobs, just like Monte grew up doing all kinds of jobs, like crushing boxes and cleaning floors.
The family aspect, to me, is what the core of a local grocer is, or a local business is we live here, we care about it, we invest back into it.
The Peterson family has been involved in Riverton since I can remember. They've always had a float in the 4th of July parade. They've always sponsored the town days, the rodeo. They have car shows, barbecues. They're very community oriented.
Monte Peterson was deeply ingrained in the culture of Associated Food Stores. He served as their chairman of the board for about 10 years and on the board of directors for nearly 20 years.
The contributions Monte made to Associated Food Stores are numerous. Monte made some of the toughest decisions. It was in 2009. We purchased all the Albertson stores in the state of Utah. There were 2 retailers, as I recall, who had now corporate stores directly across the street or within a half a block. In Monte's case, it was right across the street. Monte knew that it could have an effect on him as a retailer, but yet he always supported what was best for Associated Food Stores.
One thing I really admire about my dad is just his sincerity. He's pretty quiet, and so he's not always out there trying to explain how he feels, but when you get to know him, you see his heart and the concern he has for trying to do the right thing, and sometimes even at a personal sacrifice level. Doing the right thing to take care of team members, doing the right thing to help Associated Food Stores, even if that wasn't necessarily in the best interest of us as an individual company.
He's a great example. He's a man of very few words, but it's seen, it's not heard. With Monte, integrity is huge. So if he does say something, he follows through, but he leads by example.
There's a memory I have of my dad. We were in the mountains and we came upon this tree that had a mountain lion in it. There came a point where he told me to go forward towards the tree that had the mountain lion in it. And I was a little bit scared, but I trusted my dad, that he had my best interest at heart. So I walked towards the tree, and as I walked towards the tree, the mountain lion jumped out, and it was a beautiful view that I was able to have. And I just appreciate that he always pushed me forward and gave me a better view than he had, and helped me have the confidence to go forward when things are scary.
Working with Monte and Shelley has been a pure delight. They are such good, genuine people. They're just down to earth. It's been an honor.
I met Shelley in the meat department of this grocery store. She came in walking down the aisle, and she was just a gorgeous woman. She came back holding, with hot pads, a tray of meat that had been cooked. And her mom told me to see Monte and have me slice the meat for her for their occasion, whatever it was.
And I told him, take it with the hot pads. And he's like, oh no, he could take it. But if it was really hot, would I give him first aid?
But a day or two later, I saw her mother, so I went up to her mother and asked her if she was available to date, and she said yes. So
a few days later, he called me.
And I called her up. And that was history.
You know, I had the opportunity, my wife and myself, to travel with Monte and Shelley as we did inspection trips for the retailers. And they had a special relationship between Monte at the store and rebuilding his old truck. I'm sure they spent a lot of time apart, but when they were together, I could tell she was very supportive of Monte. And there's no doubt, without the support of a good spouse like Shelley, it would have been very hard for Monte to succeed.
I think the most pride I have growing up in the grocery business is just seeing the legacy. To look on the wall and see pictures of your dad and your grandpa and family members, and then see children, my children, involved in the grocery store. It's more than just a job. It's not even a career. It's a lifelong pursuit and legacy to carry on.